The speed screen is a ready-to-use emulsion-coated mesh for silkscreen making. This innovative and highly convenient pre-coated screen offers an accessible approach for creating silkscreen stencils. The speed screen can be used to print screen prints on paper or fabric with speedball screen printing inks, or for creating unique monotype impressions with Akua Intaglio inks. No matter which way you choose to print, the process for creating the speed screen is the same. In a dimly lit room, remove one speed screen from the black light-proof bag. There are distinct sides to the speed screen. The bright red shiny side is the exposure side. The dull red matte side is the squeegee side. Gently separate the red film from the white carrier sheet and put the carrier sheet aside to use later. The speed screen packet includes a clear plastic overlay sheet to hold the screen securely in place when exposing. If you are using a Speedball inkjet transparency sheet, the image should be printed on the coated side. To check which side is coated, wet your fingertips and touch a corner of the transparency sheet. The coated side feels really sticky. Place your artwork on the shiny exposure side. Center it on the speed screen. Image side up so it's not making contact with the shiny exposure side. I'm exposing for 1 minute using the new Speedball 30-watt lamp placed 14 inches above the table. If using a standard 250-watt photo flood bulb, you will need to increase the exposure time to 9 minutes. Once exposed, remove your artwork or image and take your speed screen to a sink. The use of a spray nozzle is highly recommended. This will be the most effective way to wash out the emulsion. Warm or hot water is best. Do not scrub the screen. This is not required, and scrubbing can potentially cause damage. Try not to waterlog the screen. The more you can rinse out vertically, the better. Also, you do not need to wet both sides. Just focus the water on the exposure side. After rinsing and washing out, the speed screen will be very soft and the emulsion is still delicate. I handle with great care through the drying process. Lay your speed screen with the dull, squeegee side down on a paper towel. Let it dry for approximately 45 minutes or until all pink areas have reverted to the original dark red color and the sheet has retained its rigidity. A hair dryer or fan can speed up the drying process. It is necessary to post-expose or expose the screen for a second time after the washout process. This helps with the overall rigidity of the screen, especially when printing. Lay the dry screen back under the lamp and expose for 1 minute. Now that the screen is made and ready for use, you will need to stretch the screen over a wooden silkscreen frame for printing. Since there are 2 different sides of the screen, it is important to stretch the screen with the shiny side face up or facing you while you're stretching. Position the screen on the frame. Tape down the sides of the screen to hold it in place. Using a flathead screwdriver, fit the stretching cord into the small channel of the frame. As you make your way around the frame, you will see the screen tighten and stretch. Once the screen is stretched, you will need to tape the outside edges of both sides of the screen. This is to secure the screen and prevent the ink from getting lodged between the screen and the frame. Once fully taped, add a small stack of pennies to the two bottom outer corners of the back side of the frame. The addition of pennies will add tension to the screen and prevent the paper or plastic from sticking to the screen. Secure the frame in the clamps for printing. Center the paper or substrate with registration marks using tape. This will allow you to accurately place your paper or substrate for multiples. Position your paper or substrate inside the taped registration marks. Lay a generous amount of silkscreen ink across the top of the screen. Using a silkscreen squeegee, hold your squeegee at a 45-degree angle. Press down and drag the ink over the image. The ink will go through the open areas. For printing on a plastic Akua printmaking plate, you will follow the same steps as when printing directly on paper. The key difference is for printing on the plastic plate, you will use Akua Intaglio ink instead of silkscreen ink. Position the plate inside the taped registration marks and squeegee the Akua Intaglio ink through the screen and onto your plate. Now that your image has been transferred to the plastic plate, it is ready to be printed on an etching press. Position the plate on the etching press and lay dry or damp printmaking paper over the plate. Once the image has gone through the press, you will notice the embossment around the image. This is one of the many details that is unique to printing your silkscreen stencil on a press versus directly onto paper. The most unique advantage to transferring your silkscreen stencil onto a plastic plate is the ability to rework the image to create monotype prints. Transfer your image on a plastic plate or a series of plates and use tools like brushes, cotton swabs, and other mark making tools to take your image even further. The stenciled monoprint technique offers unique possibilities to create one-of-a-kind images. As printmakers, it is always exciting to push the boundaries of the multiple.